Zillow just ranked Charlotte as the #7 hottest housing market in 2025, but there is a catch. Home buying competition is fierce and demand is climbing, and affordability is becoming a major issue. Many buyers and sellers are left scratching their heads, unsure of their next move as Charlotte continues to outperform from national real estate trends. Now, in today's video, we're breaking down the December 2024 year-end market report straight from the MLS. We'll dive into what's driving this market and what it means for you. So I need you to stick around because this insight could save you time and a lot of money in 2025. Now, if you're new here, my name is Mitch. I'm a luxury real estate broker here in Charlotte and Lake Norman. And if this video provides you any value, do me a favor, like and subscribe so you don't miss any of these updates as I produce videos just like this to keep you educated on all things real estate. But let's dive in. So I tracked 20 of the top submarkets in Charlotte. You can see those here on the screen. Now, the market you see here in green, this had the highest average sale price appreciation year over year as of December of 2024. Now, these numbers here are, of course, for single family townhomes and condos directly from the MLS. So you can see a majority of these markets, especially at the top, Mint Hill, Lake Wylie, Belmont, Matthews, double-digit sale price appreciation versus last year despite these high rates. Now, for the city of Charlotte, sale prices average is up 8.4% year over year. We finished the year at 571,000 in change, okay? Now, to put this into perspective, for the region of Charlotte, which is a much broader area, okay, average sale price was 493, and that was up about 6.8. Now, the only markets, of course, that showed a reduction in sale price out of these 20 at the bottom of the screen, you'll see Davidson, which was about flat, okay, is 0.3 reduction. That's kind of non-material, but Uptown came down about 6%. And of course, I've talked about this in my previous videos. Of course, the Uptown areas, or of course the downtown, as many of you would know it as, got hit pretty hard during the COVID area. A lot of people, of course, worked from home, and those condos that were downtown are certainly not as valuable as they used to be, because people are looking for more square footage and they've moved out. But I hope this gives you a flavor, of course, of what's happening for the average sale prices. Now, I will want to just direct your attention to the median sale price, okay? The median in Charlotte as of December, okay, was 418,000, and that is up 3.2%. But how does that compare to the national average, okay? The national average right now for median sale price is 420,000. And I did pull a chart, which you can see here, that shows you the median house price by state. Okay, interesting, right? Charlotte right now, you can see is much lower than some of these high-priced states. So look at Massachusetts, 640,000 median sale price. You go to California, 776. Washington, 610. You know, so you can see a lot of these states that are very expensive. This is why we're having this migration towards us, okay? Because we are still relatively less expensive than most areas of the country when you're looking at housing. Now, another interesting data point is the number of closings, okay? This is how many homes have sold in 2023 versus 2024. And as you can see here on the screen, we finished 2023 at about 79,000 closings for these 20 submarkets. And in 2024, we finished at about 78 and change. So not much of a material move, which tells us, right, that the number of sales has not increased, okay, year over year. Now, what can we draw from this? Well, of course, we know interest rates, of course, have gone way up, right? Starting in about June of 23 through the election and into, as of right now in January, they are up, of course, around 7. So certainly the market, right, has had some strain on it. However, this does tell you how resilient, of course, our market is because we're still about flat with last year's closings. Now, the items you see here in red, right? These are the submarkets that had a drop in closings, meaning less homes sold in those submarkets. The stuff in green here is, of course, some of the markets that increase in closings, and at the bottom you had the big jumps in closings. But I wanted to point this out because this kind of gives you an idea, right, of how we're comparing year over year, because I got a lot of clients that ask me, Mitch, is the market improving versus 2023, or is it going down? Okay, this tells you we're about flat for the number of closings. Now, what I did do is I did pull the number of closings for the city of Charlotte only by townhomes, of course, single family and condos from 2016 forward. Now, this shows you the pre-COVID numbers, the COVID era, which would be 2020 to 2022, and the post-COVID. Now, you can see versus pre-COVID, we are down about 23% in closings in the city of Charlotte. When you look at it compared to COVID, it's about 27%. Okay. So I want you to recognize that when you look at historicals now, okay, the market, the number of closed homes has dropped right about 20% for the city of Charlotte. So if the number of closings is dropping, surely inventory has to be shifting, correct? Well, it certainly is. And I want to draw your attention here on the screen. So again, I show you the sub-markets here, the top 20, and what is happening for the month supply of inventory for 2023 versus 24. And you can see it has gone up significantly in some of these markets. Waxhaw, it's up 90%, right? Concord, 54%. City of Charlotte, up 27%. So you can see a lot of these submarkets here are seeing inventory increasing. However, I want to stop us right there because typically you need between 3 and 4.5, 5 months of inventory to create what we call a balanced market, which means equal for buyers and sellers. We're certainly not there yet in a lot of these submarkets, which is why you're still seeing prices, of course, right, increasing. You're still seeing competition for homes, that are listed. However, the inventory is going up. Now, why is it going up? Well, there's more homes being listed. I've talked about this in my previous videos. The lock-in effect, right, for a lot of these home sellers is slowly starting to thaw. People have been in their homes for, a while. Some of them who bought in 2020 are ready to move, whether it's a family event, life event, etc. Those homes are starting to pop up and they are still selling. However, historically, right, we still need a little bit more inventory in each of these markets to really make a big, big difference in our area. So I just want you to keep an eye. If you're looking in one of these submarkets, understand where we are, because certainly it'll affect your strategy, whether you're a buyer or a seller. Now, with inventory, of course, increasing, the days on market must have an impact, and it certainly is. Now, again, for the top 20 submarkets, you can see how long it takes for a home to go under contract, okay? This is not to sell, meaning the check gets cashed by the seller and paid by the buyer. This is when it goes under contract. Right now, okay, you can see the homes up here in red. Those are all areas that have increased, meaning the days on market have jumped, okay? Meaning it's taking longer to sell the homes and find a buyer to put a home under contract than it did in 23. Now, you can see at the very bottom, there are some markets, right, where there actually have increased, meaning the market has sped up. The days on market has dropped even more versus 23. And those are areas like Denver, Davidson, Matthews, Mint Hill, very competitive markets, of course. And those are seeing homes selling faster than they did in 2023. Now, there could be also reasons, right? Some of them some of those areas there's less people that are electing to sell. So the homes that do come on the market, there's a lot of buyers for them. And that's happening across our area, okay? I tell a lot of people that are moving to Charlotte that, look, there's a high demand for homes here. Yes, there's rates are high and it's definitely putting a strain on affordability, but that doesn't reduce, okay, the amount of people that are still looking for housing. Because at the end of the day, I don't foresee the interest rates coming down much this year. Okay, I've said this before in other videos. I think we're going to land somewhere around 6.5 for the year. Okay, so we're going to have to get comfortable with these higher rates. Now, certainly housing, okay, in our area is continuing to go up. I don't think it's going to shoot up 10% a year like it did in some of these markets, but I do see it probably rising another 3% year over year in 2025. So real estate is still a fantastic investment in our area because you can't, again, paint the brush across every market the same. And I said this before, real estate is hyper local. You really need to look at the local market that you're looking in because we're different than Florida, Texas, California. We're not all the same. There's a lot of problems happening in those markets. We don't have those here, which is why I hope this information here helps you. And if you are a buyer or seller, just remember, okay, that you're definitely going to want to pay attention to the days on market because, like, the number of closings, it'll certainly affect your strategy. So that is the December 2024 market update. I hope you guys enjoyed the information. Again, do not forget to like and subscribe. And of course, remember to turn notifications on because I produce videos just like this every single week to provide the most amount of value for you if you're considering moving or, of course, buying and selling in the Charlotte area. My team and I would love to be a resource. If you're interested, just click the link below. We'd love to have a conversation with you on Zoom to see how we can help. But guys, I really appreciate your time today, and I'll talk to you next week.